In 2010, just a year after his father hung up his boots, the journey to follow in his footsteps began for Paolo Maldini's youngest son, Daniel. With his parents' blessing, Daniel joined his brother Christian in AC Milan's youth academy, marking the start of his own path in football. At his very first training session, Daniel found himself in the spotlight. Cameras clicked and eyes followed him, not just for his potential, but because he was Paolo Maldini's son, heir to the legacy of one of Italy's football legends. In the early days, Daniel's dad wasn't the type to hover on the sidelines, watching every practice or game like many parents do. Instead, Paolo took a more hands-off approach. Just as his own father had done when he first joined Milan's academy. At the Milanello Sports Center, though, Daniel couldn't escape the spotlight. Whenever his name was mentioned or the cameras turned his way, you'd see people nudging each other, aware that he was more than just another young talent. He was a Maldini. As Daniel started his journey in the Milan jersey, his dad couldn't help but notice some familiar traits. Daniel had a similar physique and even walked in a way that reminded Paolo of himself. Though Daniel's legs weren't curved inward like his dad's, a characteristic that had caused Paolo many ankle sprains, there was still something unmistakably Maldini in his son's stride. In his earliest days, Daniel Maldini played as a defender, following in the footsteps of his father Paolo and grandfather Cesare. But before long, he began moving into offensive roles, finding his own style on the field. Growing up in the spotlight of the Maldini name, Daniel progressed steadily through Milan's youth teams, from the under-10 Pulcini all the way to the under-19 Primavera. Along the way, he developed a strong sense of leadership, much like his dad, eventually earning the captain's armband and carving out his own path in the Maldini football legacy. In the 2016-17 season, Daniel celebrated his first career milestone, joining the squad that clinched the under-16 national championship, Campionato Nazionale under-16, with a 5-2 victory over Lazio in the final. Today, he plays primarily as a free-roaming attacking midfielder, a role that perfectly highlights his playmaking ability, dribbling finesse, ball control, and keen vision on the field. In July 2019, Daniel was called up for pre-season training with AC Milan's senior team by new head coach Marco Giampaolo. He made his senior debut shortly after in a friendly against Bayern Munich during the ICC tournament in Kansas City, Kansas. 3 years later, on May 22, 2022, Daniel achieved a special milestone, winning his first Serie A championship, continuing the family tradition upheld by both his father, Paolo, and grandfather, Cesare, before him. After struggling to secure a spot in AC Milan's starting lineup, Daniel sought more playing time and joined Spezia on a one-year loan. On July 10, 2023, Empoli announced they'd signed him on another one-year loan with an option to buy. In a later move to Monza, Daniel finally found his stride, opening his scoring account and impressing enough to earn a permanent contract and a guaranteed starting role. The free-roaming attacking midfielder had finally found a team that matched his playmaking style, leading to newfound success, and even a call-up to the national team. On October 14, 2024, Daniel received his first call-up to the Italy national team, bringing immense pride to his family. He became the third Maldini to represent Italy, following in the footsteps of his father, Paolo, and his grandfather, Cesare. Daniel dedicated this achievement to his family and those who have supported him along the way. In the stands were his parents, Paolo and Adriana, along with his older brother, Christian, all there to witness his proud moment. Reflecting on the experience and his family's support, Daniel shared, "I'm happy they came and are here. We'll catch up more when I'm home. We held out well and made it ours today. What do I hope to bring to the national team? A bit of quality, even if there's already so much here. I just try to make my contribution." When Daniel made his debut for Italy, it had been exactly 22 years and 118 days since his father Paolo's last game for the national team, and 61 years and a day since his grandfather Cesari's final match with the Azzurri. 3 generations representing the same national team is a rare legacy. It reminds us of the Kluiverts with Suriname and the Netherlands, the Alonsos in Spain, the Inzaghi and De Boer brothers, father-son duos like Denmark's Schmeichel goalkeepers, and Italy's own Enrico and Federico Chiesa. Although Daniel had opportunities to play for Venezuela, his mother's homeland, he held out for a call from Italy, continuing the Maldini legacy on the Italian stage. The rest, as we say, is history. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel Football Biography for more football story, and tell us what you think about Daniel Maldini in the comments section.